Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the markets, the market conditions. We're going to go over so many coins, right? Of why I believe the reversal is here and why I am personally super, super excited for the future. Like, I am so, so damn excited. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, right? I highly recommend you guys join the community, right? Whether it is mine or someone else's. The next few months are literally going to be the most crucial, important months of your lives, right? Like, I know for myself personally, like, I have so much money and net worth in this that, like, if this all blew up today, I would have to start from scratch, which is like, that's my mentality. It's like, I know I accepted that, but man, like, everything is on the line. You know what I'm saying? So next few months are extremely, extremely important. Only roughly 3% of people are profitable each cycle. So that really does, tell you something, right? Listen, we've been talking about this 92K area for Bitcoin for some time. Reason being is because when we go on and look on the chart, we can see that there's lots of structure going sideways. And we can see that the liquidity over here, the last weekly candle, gets swept by this candle, right? Mid-January. And usually what happens is when there's this type of manipulation, there's a specific type of candle that banks and institutions, smart money likes and looks to pretty much tap back into before reversing to, whether it's the upside or downside, in this case, to the upside, right? So this is the area we were talking about. We're talking about the 92K area for some time. And, I did say I'm going to take a leverage trade, and that is exactly what happened. I took a leverage trade. We are nicely in profit at the moment. I believe it's like a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. All right, this is literally what I did. And we can see, boom, at the current moment, yeah, I'm like roughly up 2.5 times. So we're going to see how that plays out. We might see, I want to monitor everything, see if I cash out now, if I just hold, for a bigger picture. But look, man, that's why a skill set is so important, right? You just leverage what you know, and you just make money off of lines. It's just the craziest thing in the world. So we have this done, right? This is step number one done. Now step number two, uh, we have to see how things react. We did not get a reaction off this 1 minute order block, which we don't technically have to, right? Because it is a 1 minute. So things are looking fairly good, right? We're going above this structure, we're going above this structure, and we're going to have to see how price is going to react. I don't really see a big candle that we will go back into. Maybe this 4 hour candle. We have to see how the daily candles are going to operate over the next 2 to 3 days. But if there's going to be another tap, we could see it going back to 95,500, potentially 94,500, right? Somewhere into this 4 hour candle before going up. Or it could be a similar story of how it was over here, right? When we did a liquidity sweep and we were over here, right? This is kind of the same thing, right? We kind of just were respecting this area and we just kept going up. So it could be something very, very similar where we just kind of go up and up, right? Not even go back. Because the context is we don't have to this time. We don't really have to, right? We did what we came for, right? The sweep happened, and then we tapped into this candle over here at the 92,000. So, um, you know, now the main picture is to be going up. Bitcoin dominance, ladies and gentlemen, this thing spiked like above 64%, which I personally didn't expect. As you guys know, I'd expect this next area to be the target, but I didn't think Bitcoin dominance was going to just bang out of this world. And that is why, everything also crashed the way it had to crash. And look, for me, this is all calculated, right? The most amount of money ever got liquidated, and I've been talking about how they're gonna strike us down one more time, and it finally happened, right? It finally happened. Bitcoin dominance is pulling back a little bit, so altcoins are probably getting some life. And I believe this time around, when altcoin dominance, goes down and then starts recovering again, I think it's going to be much healthier, generally speaking. I don't think we're going to be bleeding out, just because of the context, right? I believe, this is when Bitcoin's going to start rising. Let's 130, 140K, whatever it is. Altcoins will also generally start rising. Um, and we'll obviously have to see and monitor that. But the reason why I say this is because when we go to any coin, right? I'm going to go through so many coins, right? we either enter the last order block we can, or we sweep the last weekly candle. So over here, there was an order block over here. We got tapped into here, right? A 360 for render, something like AKT, right? Something like AKT, I expected price to maybe tap off here. It went a little bit lower, but that's fine. It's still the same premise, right? It's still the same premise, right? We're probably getting some kind of triple tap reversal and continue going up. Something like Caspa, right? We talked about this institutional candle over here. But what happened instead is we swept all the last weekly candles. Like, there's nothing else to sweep. There's nothing else to sweep. You could debate down here, but that's like one of the biggest, like that's a very big pullback. I don't believe it's going to happen, right? Like ICP, we swept all we possibly can, right? We swept all of this liquidity over here, right? We swept it all. And for me, like, this is just reversal signs after reversal signs after reversal signs. If we go to something like H bar, same thing, right? We swept everything we possibly could, right? This is the last like relevant weekly candle, I'd say, because of the given structure. And we swept that too. XDC is manipulated here in XDC. So this wick actually doesn't even exist. It probably just exists on this broker. But we can see if we go to the weekly, we pretty much also tapped into a weekly candle, right? This right now tapped into a weekly candle. Perfect, right? Ondo. What did I say about Ondo, right? We talked about liquidity getting swept to pretty much roughly $1, and I said how, if we are going to sweep liquidity, it's this candle over here is going to get swept. And that is exactly what happened. This candle got swept, right? This one's already too low. This one's already, too far away from the given structure, right? And we can see because people were probably trading off this trend line more or less. And yeah, it just got swept. And we can see, guys, I bought Ondo. I'm telling you, I bought so many coins at a discount. If you were in the chat, you would have seen the buy limits go off. I've been telling people, get ready. Bought Ondo literally like at 96, 97 cents. We're up to $1.40 already. So that money I put in is already up roughly 50%. Really, really good. I'm super happy about that. I mean, just like, man, like I was waiting for this moment and I just went all out. If you feel like you missed out, then in a way, for certain coins, you definitely did. If you're talking about the bigger picture, you can still be buying right now, generally speaking, right? Generally speaking, prices are really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. But if you're talking about, oh, like, will we go back down to, sub $1? My personal answer is no. Like, for me, you're not going to get prices of like $1, even like probably $1.10 anymore. If there's gonna be some type of pullback, it's maybe $1.25. But really, like right now, pullbacks, I don't generally the market in terms of pullbacks, it's kind of just happened, right? The big pullback we're waiting for happened. Now we're in recovery stage, right? We are in, looking to be, changing the momentum, which I believe we are. Like, even if we look at the candles over here, right? The last time we kind of were this bullish was over here, when we swept liquidity. And then ever since then, it was more kind of up and down, sideways type movement. I mean, even here was really slow indications, and that's why we crashed. And this was much faster, right? But generally speaking, yeah, like it just, for me, like this is it. This is kind of a scenario of where, we swept certain stuff and we're going to be really just pumping hard over the next couple of days and weeks. I'm really excited. Historically, February has always been a great, great time to, for altcoins to really pump hard. And I expect this to not be different, right? Like I said, like a lot of these coins have hit areas and swept areas of liquidity. I mean, look, all of these like triple bottoms where the last relevant liquidity was got swept. Like even for XRP, this last, the last bottoms got swept. And we can see like if this, and I believe it will, if this becomes a big rejection candle, this is going to be extremely bullish, right? Extremely bullish. We can always see historically when a candle rejects really, really hard, everything's bullish. Like decent rejection here, bullish, right? Nice rejection here. Remember, we sold off heavy with the ETF news. Nice rejection. A couple weeks later, we're already pumping super hard. Same thing here, right? Oh, everyone's panicking in the moment. Boom, the big pump. So I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready, right? I'm just getting ready personally. I'm super excited. I put in some of the final bags I'm going to be putting in. And now I'm going to be riding out the wave. So that is it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.